What if I told you that there is a country in Africa that was founded entirely by freed slaves from the USA? This unique West African nation is indeed a small slice of the United States, with a constitution and Bill of Rights, an identical structure of government, and street names and cities named after countless US presidents. Join me in this video as I take you along for a full tour of its small capital city, where we'll visit an abandoned luxury hotel, wander the energetic streets of its city center, and learn more about the unique history of this fascinating nation on the corner of Africa. Welcome to Monrovia and the Republic of Liberia. Good morning from my hotel here. This is the Diana Hotel right here in the heart of Monrovia. And as you can see, I'm right in the heart of the city center here in Monrovia. I'm going to head to the Ducor Hotel, which is kind of the biggest site here, an abandoned hotel on the sea that was built by, I believe, Pan Am Airlines back in the day. It is a Sunday today, so a few things are going to be closed, but at least I'll get a sense of the city at least and what life is like here in Liberia. I'm not going to spend too long in Liberia, unfortunately. I got to get to Cote d'Ivoire and continue on my way east towards Ghana and Togo and Benin. But going to enjoy it while it lasts at least. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, so I got plenty of time. I have arrived here at the old Ducor Hotel, long since abandoned and in pretty horrible condition. So every vlogger that passes through Monrovia comes out here to the Ducor Hotel. The future starts now. I don't know about that. Quite a raucous country I've noticed so far. So this is what it is in that respect. And I guess they don't want you going in. I don't know how old this sign is, but the Libyan African Investment Company doesn't want you on its grounds, I guess. I think there's a security guard here I have to pay off, but they always let you in here. That's pretty much the Ducor Hotel right there. I've seen so many vloggers head up to the top of that, so it's kind of cool to see it in person. Following the advice of other travel vloggers, I negotiated with the security guards for a quick tour of the hotel grounds, paying about $10 US for unofficial access. Understandably, those involved did not want to be on camera and explicitly refused to allow me to visit the top floor lookout of the hotel unless I paid $100 USD, which was too rich for my blood. But they did give me a short tour from ground level, showing me the old water reservoir, the huge swimming pool, and the lobby with its massive grand staircase and old elevator shaft. At the end of the tour, I was awarded with amazing views over Monrovia and its coastline, but I'm admittedly jealous of anyone who's been able to take in that view from the top floors. All in all, it was definitely worth asking for access, and it'll be interesting to see what comes of this hotel in the decades to come. Needless to say, visiting the grounds of the hotel is not guaranteed, as they are technically breaking their own rules by allowing you to enter, though I do hope this segment gives you a sense of what to expect. So, elevator shaft. Wow. Creepy. Massive casino area. Wow. No support beams at all. It's just kind of hovering, yeah? Wow. And right over here you can see this little lighthouse right next to the Ducor Hotel. It's not very tall at all, so I don't think the tree cover has always been here, to be honest with you. This is just probably well over a century old, if not more, and these trees have just grown up around it, so pretty interesting. I don't know which lighthouse it is. It's not on Google Maps or anything, but pretty interesting nonetheless. As you can see, Liberia is extremely lush and beautiful. It's one of the greenest African countries I've visited for sure. It's just so lush. There's not really any arid areas that I've seen so far. Quite humid as well. Walking to the edge here for some great views over the Atlantic coast. So this is the corner of Africa basically. So from here, I'm going to be actually heading east instead of south. Wow. It is a beautiful country. All things considered though, I will say probably a little bit sketchy for my liking. And I know you don't like that word sketchy that I use often, but you do have to be very mindful of your security here. It's a little bit dicey, and honestly, I've had so many locals tell me to put away my camera and hide my phone and things like that. So more unnerving than other destinations I've been in West Africa, but well worth visiting. So unfortunately, I was not able to get to the top of the Ducor Hotel over there. The fellows that run it are really concerned, I guess, that they'll get in trouble if they take me up there and so forth. So I want to be respectful of that. But pretty amazing destination nonetheless. It was really cool to see it at least from ground level and kind of explore the lobby, but didn't get to the top, didn't get into the rooms or anything like that. So easier said than done. So Liberia is pretty interesting in that it is the first African republic. So this country was not part of the scramble for Africa. They declared their independence and they were an official republic well before European hands carved up Africa for themselves. So this country was founded by freed slaves from, I think it's called the American Colonization Society, I believe. They resettled about, I think it's just under 5,000 African slaves from the Americas and the Caribbean to kind of found this country of Liberia, and they named their city after the president at the time, James Monroe. So Monrovia, Liberia. This is a statue way up there of the first president of Liberia. So that is Mr. Joseph J. Roberts. This whole country, again, was founded by freed slaves from the Americas. So pretty incredible history. That's why it's called Liberia, meaning freedom. So Joseph J. Roberts, the first president back in the day, early 1800s. And on that note, this country is also modeled directly after the United States system of government. So they have a bicameral government. So they have a Congress, they have a Senate, they have a Capitol building, they have a president. It's really, really interesting that they modeled it almost exactly off the United States. So this country can truly be thought of as the America of Africa. It's pretty interesting. Even their flag looks like the US flag with a single star. Anyway, I'm gonna head back down to the city center now and continue my poking around the capital here of Monrovia. So this is the hilltop on which the Ducor Hotel is located. This is a slightly different view looking towards the city center of Monrovia. You can see some local homes here as well. A lot of corrugated tin roofs. Definitely a poor country, but friendly people overall. It is a bit raucous though, and you can see people sometimes argue in the streets and so forth. So decorum is a little bit different than Western society, but still a pretty decent country to explore. This one here. Ah, it's an impressive building. Oh, very cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's here. It's good. Yeah. So this grand building is the old Masonic temple. So another abandoned building here. You'll find that there are tons of abandoned buildings here in Monrovia, largely due to the Civil War that occurred in the early 90s, I believe, or late 80s. So tons of buildings were just left by the wayside now, doing not so much. They're all guarded though, and you can enter and tour the grounds if you do pay a small tip. Usually $5 to $10 US is what they're looking for, though many of them will do it for a lot less. Definitely stood the test of time. It's been about 30 years, 35 years since its use. It's been abandoned for a long time. This is Broad Street, eh? Oh yeah, cool. What's this building here?
That one is I call it just forget it, man.
So you can see the red, white, and blue crosswalks. And right over here, this is the National Museum, which is a huge building here, and I heard it's a very cool museum to check out. Unfortunately, it is Sunday today and they're closed, and I can't linger. I wish I could to check out a bit more of their history, because it is a very interesting history, but no such luck. It's closed for Sundays, of course. It's a predominantly Christian country, unlike Sierra Leone, so things are closed today. Pretty ornate statue in the front. I think it's a monument to there's the President Roberts in the center, and it's adorned with, I guess, symbols of the freedom from slavery, so pretty cool. All right, this is the First United Methodist Church. You can see established 1822. Methodism, of course, is a very popular religion in the United States, so it makes sense that it would appear here in the Liberian capital. So this is the Edwin J. Rowe building, and it is abandoned, just like many buildings here in Monrovia. This was once one of the city's tallest skyscrapers, I guess, and it still serves as I suppose, a symbol of the city of Monrovia. And if you look very carefully at the lower facade here, you can see several of these relief sculptures depicting scenes here in Liberia. So pretty amazing building. I know it's a little bit hard to see because of the exposure, but it is definitely incredible. They have some really ornate, detailed relief monuments here featuring African masks and like a head of a horse over there. So plenty of unique details on this old building. So I don't know when it closed, but hey guys, how's it going? You okay? Yeah, good. You're a YouTube star. Huh? You're a YouTube star now. Yeah. Say hello to YouTube. I'm fine. Okay, thank you. How are you? Very good. Yeah, nice to meet you. Okay. Yeah. Welcome in Diaspora, yeah? Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a nice country. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's hard here, eh? Yeah, it's hard here. Yeah. 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 Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Dave. Dave, yeah. Isaac? Yeah. Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Take care. You have a good day. It's some pretty incredible architecture, and again, all the people are really friendly. There's huge need here, though, so honestly, support a charity here. Sierra Leone, Liberia, they need it especially. It's absolutely incredible, the need here. All right, I am relaxing at the hotel restaurant, which is excellent. This Diana restaurant, definitely check it out in Liberia. Trying out club beer. So this is the local lager here in Liberia. Haven't tried it yet, but let's do that. Cheers. For $2, it's a pretty good lager. $2 US, so a little bit more money than Sierra Leone. This is pretty light. It's good though. It's at least cools you down, and I love trying every country's most popular beers, so cheers. So I've decided to stay a second night here at the Diana Hotel, and as you can see, pretty comfortable space. And I was very pleased actually with my sleep last night, so there's no mosquitoes at all. It's pretty inviting and clean and comfortable, and it has very powerful air conditioner, so I'm very happy about that. And they include a full breakfast, so I had a massive omelet this morning, so it's actually a pretty good deal, and really reliable Wi-Fi too, which is really rare in this part of the world. So definitely check this place out, Diana Hotel, right here, centrally located in the heart of Monrovia. I'm just out for an afternoon stroll here in Monrovia, and you can see these beautiful colonial era mansions, and you can see corrugated roofs. It is a pretty beautiful city, so a lot of trees everywhere. I'm gonna head down to the beach though. I heard there's a little beach bar about, I don't know, 5 blocks or so from here. So one thing to note about Liberia is, yes, it was settled by former slaves, but it did have its downsides, I guess. So I heard that many of those freed slaves actually started to enslave people here, the native people in the area. So I don't know, you'd think they would have learned a lesson from their experiences, but unfortunately I did hear that it was pretty bad in terms of enslaving the local indigenous inhabitants here in Liberia. Quite a sordid history in this country, and I guess there was a lot of corruption in its beginning, in its infancy. So pretty interesting history, sad history really. But it is, without a doubt, the first country in Africa in terms of a republic not part of the Scramble for Africa, and one of the only countries apart from Ethiopia that was never colonized. So pretty cool. So this is pretty well the vibe here in Monrovia. They have a special type of hip-hop music here that kind of uses the local Liberian Creole. So a lot of music on the streets here, and it definitely has a welcoming vibe. I mean, you do have a few bad characters among, you know, plenty of really friendly people. So it is what it is, but last day in Monrovia, so I want to soak it all up here. Last few hours, really. I leave bright and early tomorrow for the Cote d'Ivoire border. Definitely a raucous place, though. Really busy, a lot of traffic. But this is the heart of all the action, so I'm really impressed, actually. Monrovia, it's a bit sketchy, but pretty enjoyable place to just chill for a bit. So pretty nice views of this mosque right here in the center of Monrovia. I think this probably is the city's largest mosque, at least in the downtown area. And Liberia is actually a Christian majority country. It's 75% Christian, I believe, or even more. I think it's 85% Christian and 15% Muslim. So unlike Sierra Leone, it's kind of the opposite of Sierra Leone, where it's majority Muslim there. So this is the Newport Street Mosque, and as you can see, pretty incredible. Though the streets are coming alive now. There's a lot of people selling, you know, grilled meats and fish and everything else, fruit stands. So I think as sunset is approaching, a lot of Muslims in the area, which is not a huge population, only about 15%, are getting ready to break their fast. So streets are pretty well coming alive compared to what they were earlier on this Sunday, but pretty outstanding mosque right here in the center of Monrovia. The beach is just about 3 blocks now this way, so I'm gonna head over there and hopefully get a sunset view. But yeah, pretty cool assortment of architecture and so forth down here. Definitely bustling streets, so really lively city, that's for sure. So I would say if you're here during the daytime, there's not really much of a safety threat here. No street crime is really going to happen to you in the day, from what I can tell, and from what locals are saying. Mostly happens at night after dark when no one's looking and guards can't see people as well and so forth. But every major building here seems to have on-site security, so you always have somebody nearby. So I think it deters a lot of people from acting in foolish ways. So I wouldn't say I'm completely comfortable, you know, pulling out the camera in public, but depending on the street, if there's not a lot of people, like this road is pretty dead, but be very careful, and also, you know, don't be holding your phone loosely in your hand while you're distracted. That's when bad things happen. And I actually learned a lot about the Lebanese diaspora here. So there is a huge amount of Lebanese people all across West Africa, and a lot here in Liberia, I believe 70,000. So a huge amount of Lebanese people, hence the number of Lebanese restaurants. So pretty surprising. But yeah, Lebanese people all over Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, he was saying, Cote d'Ivoire, massive populations. So there are a ton of gated facilities. Kind of gives off some Djibouti vibes with these massive gated walls, but yeah, ocean view residents, so a lot of private residents, I guess, that are really heavily fortified. So again, speaks to the fact that this is definitely not a safe country, but it is a pleasant one. So I'm gonna go check out the beach. Or I'm gonna go check out this place, Legacy Beach Bar, right on the waterfront here at the south end of Monrovia. Some cool artworks here at the entrance. Yeah, this is, you know, it's not one of the best beaches, I wouldn't say, here in Monrovia. The best beaches are actually a lot further east of town. Of course, every time you have a beach in a city, it tends to be a little bit more on the polluted side and so forth, but looking forward to enjoying a drink out here at least. So gorgeous beach, right just a few blocks basically from my hotel here, so absolutely incredible. See the wave action rolling right in, so right on the Atlantic, nothing sheltered it looks like. And I'm having another club beer. That's my second beer today, but worth it for a sunset beer. So local Liberian brewer once again. Gorgeous way to end the day. And my time in Liberia for that matter. So again, tomorrow morning at about 5 a.m., 5:30, I'll be heading out towards Cote d'Ivoire. So really short time in this really beautiful country. So this is probably worth noting, though you'd have to be pretty perceptive to notice it. But the sun is setting due west, of course. And this is not due west. This is more southwest. So As you can see, the ocean is now on the southwest side of the continent. So this is pretty well where Africa turns. This is the corner of West Africa. So from here, the African coastline stops heading south and starts to veer east towards Ghana. So I figured I'd come down here to the water's edge for a look down the coast, and you can see the coastline goes on for quite a ways there. And the waves are definitely licking the shoreline here. Beautiful sunset is now behind us, but wow, gorgeous place. Definitely check this place out. Legacy Beach Bar. Really nice place. I've never had Lebanese food before, so I'm really looking forward to this. I'm not even sure what it all is, but it looks like a pita with some spice on it and some beautiful beef skewers, salad, fries. Everything looks really good. And they even have some homemade pickles here as well. So really delicious food here at the Diana restaurant. So make sure you check this place out if you're in Monrovia. Make the trip down. It's centrally located right here in the heart of the Central Business District, and treat yourself to some of the best Lebanese food that you're going to find in West Africa. I need to go to Lebanon, I think. Really good food. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified when new episodes are posted. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.